Welcome to Dreamtale Sleep Stories. Tonight's reading is The Brave Little Pacifier. Settle into your bed or sofa and let your shoulders, jaw, and eyelids grow heavy. Inhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, and sigh the air away, allowing the day to fade into quiet dark. With every soft inhale, you invite fresh English phrases. With every gentle exhale, stray thoughts drift farther off. Behind my voice flows a gentle 528 Hz melody, renowned for guiding the mind toward deep relaxation. Keep your eyes closed or follow the captions, whichever feels right. Simply receive the rhythm and resonance of the language. Deepen rest. Tonight's phrases will take root like seeds, ready to bloom into stronger English skills with the morning light. When you feel settled, hold that unhurried breath and allow yourself to drift into the tale. The Brave Little Pacifier begins now, and when the story's final line has faded, the music will linger a little longer, carrying you gently deeper into sleep. The Brave Little Pacifier. In a cozy nursery room painted with soft yellow walls and decorated with dancing elephant patterns, there lived a small pink pacifier named Pinky. Pinky was not an ordinary pacifier. While she looked just like any other pacifier during the day, with her heart-shaped shield and smooth rubber nipple, she had a special secret that only came alive when the moon rose high in the sky. Every night, when baby Emma fell asleep, Pinky would gently slip from her mouth and transform into a brave guardian. This transformation had been happening ever since Emma's grandmother had given Pinky as a gift on the day Emma was born. The grandmother had whispered ancient words of protection over the pacifier, not knowing that her love and wishes would bring magic to life. On this particular night, something felt different in the nursery. The air was colder than usual, and strange shadows danced on the walls. Pinky sensed danger approaching. She carefully removed herself from Emma's peaceful lips and stood up on her handle, looking around the darkened room. "Wake up, everyone," Pinky whispered urgently to the other toys and baby items scattered around the nursery. "I feel something terrible coming our way tonight." Teddy, a brown bear with one slightly torn ear, slowly opened his button eyes. "What is it, Pinky? Is Emma having another bad dream?" "No, this is different," Pinky replied, her pink surface glowing faintly in the moonlight. "This feels like something from the Shadow Realm is trying to enter our world." The Shadow Realm was a place all nursery guardians knew about, but hoped never to encounter. It was where nightmares were born, and where dark creatures called dream eaters lived. These creatures fed on the peaceful dreams of children, leaving them with terrible nightmares that could affect them for days. Bella the bottle, a tall baby bottle with measurement marks on her side, rolled over to join them. "Are you sure, Pinky? We haven't had a Shadow Realm invasion in over 50 years, according to the stories passed down by the older toys." "I'm certain," Pinky said firmly. "Look at the corner near the window." Everyone turned to look, and they gasped in unison. But dark purple mist was seeping through a crack in the wall, spreading slowly across the floor like spilled ink. Within the mist, tiny red eyes began to appear, blinking and watching. "Dream eaters!" squeaked Ricky the Rattle, shaking nervously, which made his beads create a soft tinkling sound. "What do we do? We're just baby toys. We can't fight real monsters." Pinky stood taller, her heart-shaped shield catching the moonlight. "We may be small, but we have something they don't have. We have love for Emma, and that love gives us strength. Besides, it's our duty to protect her. Are you with me?" The toys looked at each other, then at sleeping Emma, who was sucking her thumb peacefully, unaware of the danger. Her blonde curls spread across her pillow like golden silk, and her tiny chest rose and fell with each gentle breath. "We're with you, Pinky," Teddy said bravely, though his stuffed paws were trembling slightly. "Emma gave me so many hugs that I'm filled with her love. I won't let anything hurt her." "Count me in too," said Bella the Bottle. "I've nourished her since she was born. She's like my own baby." Ricky the Rattle stopped shaking and stood firm. "If you're all going, then I'm going too. Emma loves the sounds I make. I won't let her down." Just then, a new voice joined them. "Don't forget about me." It was Melody, the musical mobile that hung above Emma's crib. Her spinning stars and moons began to glow with a soft light. "I've sung her to sleep every night. I know the power of soothing sounds." The purple mist had now covered half the nursery floor, and from within it, 3 dream eaters emerged. They were horrible creatures to behold, shapeless beings made of dark smoke, with glowing red eyes and mouths full of sharp, shadowy teeth. They moved by floating just above the ground, leaving trails of nightmare mist behind them. "Give us the child's dreams," the largest dream eater hissed, its voice sounding like wind through a graveyard. "We are hungry." And her dreams smelled delicious, so pure, so innocent, so full of joy. "Never," Pinky shouted, jumping forward. "You'll have to get through us first." The dream eater laughed, a sound that made the toys shiver. "You? You're nothing but a piece of rubber and plastic. What can you possibly do against us?" Pinky closed her eyes and remembered all the times she had comforted Emma, when she was teething and in pain, when she was scared during thunderstorms, when she was sad and missing her mother, who had gone to work. All those memories filled Pinky with a warm golden light that began to shine from within her. "I am more than just rubber and plastic," Pinky declared. "I am love, comfort, and protection. I am every peaceful moment Emma has ever had, and with my friends, we are her guardians." The golden light from Pinky began to spread to the other toys. Teddy started glowing with a warm brown light. Bella shone with a pristine white glow. Ricky sparkled with rainbow colors, and Melody's stars became like real stars in the night sky. The Dream Eaters recoiled from the light, hissing and covering their eyes. "Impossible! How can mere toys have such power?" "Attack!" Pinky commanded, and the toys charged forward. Teddy, despite being stuffed with cotton, found he could move with surprising speed. He grabbed the smallest Dream Eater in a bear hug, and his love-filled glow began to dissolve the creature's shadowy form. The Dream Eater shrieked and tried to escape, but Teddy held on tight, thinking of all the times Emma had hugged him when she was scared. Bella the bottle began spinning rapidly, creating a whirlwind that sucked in the nightmare mist. As the mist entered her, she transformed it into warm, comforting milk, the opposite of nightmares. She then sprayed this transformed liquid at the second Dream Eater, who screamed as the drops of pure comfort burned through its dark essence. Ricky the Rattle shook himself with all his might, but instead of his usual rattling sound, he produced a powerful wave of joyful noise, the sound of Emma's laughter, her happy babbling, and her delighted squeals. The sound waves hit the Dream Eaters like a physical force, pushing them back toward the crack in the wall. Melody began to play the most beautiful lullaby anyone had ever heard. Her music filled the air with visible notes of silver and gold that wrapped around the largest Dream Eater like chains. The creature struggled against the musical bonds, but the lullaby was too powerful, filled with too much love and peace. But the largest Dream Eater was strong, and it broke free from Melody's musical chains. It lunged toward Emma's crib, its mouth open wide, ready to devour her dreams. "No!" Pinky cried, throwing herself between the monster and Emma. The Dream Eater's teeth closed around Pinky, and she felt herself being pulled into a world of darkness and fear. Inside the Dream Eater's mouth, Pinky found herself in a swirling vortex of nightmares. She saw scary images all around her, monsters under beds, shadows in closets, loud thunderstorms, and the feeling of being alone and afraid. For a moment, Pinky felt herself weakening, the nightmares trying to corrupt her loving essence. But then she heard it, Emma's heartbeat, steady and trusting. Even in her sleep, Emma was unconsciously searching for her pacifier, her little mouth making sucking motions. This reminder of her purpose gave Pinky strength. "I am not afraid," Pinky declared inside the Dream Eater's mouth. "I have faced Emma's tears and turned them into smiles. I have been there through teething pain, midnight feedings, and scary nights. Your nightmares are nothing compared to the real challenges I've helped Emma overcome." Pinky began to glow brighter than ever before, her pink surface becoming like a tiny sun. The light was so intense that it burst out of the Dream Eater's mouth, causing the creature to explode into thousands of harmless shadow fragments that dissolved like mist in the morning sun. With their leader destroyed, the other two Dream Eaters tried to flee back to the crack in the wall. But the toys were ready for them. Working together, they formed a barrier of light and love that pushed the creature back through the crack. Teddy and Bella held the crack closed, while Melody's music sealed it with notes of protection. Ricky rattled a victory rhythm that strengthened the seal. As the last of the purple mist disappeared and the nursery returned to normal, the toys gathered around Pinky, who had fallen to the floor, exhausted from her ordeal inside the Dream Eater. "Pinky, are you okay?" Teddy asked worriedly, gently poking her with his paw. Pinky's glow was faint, but she managed to stand up on her handle. "I'm all right, just tired. But look!" She pointed toward Emma's crib. Emma was still sleeping peacefully, a small smile on her face. She was having a beautiful dream about floating on fluffy clouds with all her favorite toys. completely unaware of the battle that had just taken place to protect her. "We did it," Bella said with relief. "We actually defeated the Dream Eaters." "We did it together," Pinky corrected. "I couldn't have done it alone. Each of us contributed something special. Teddy's warm hugs, Bella's nourishment, Ricky's joyful sounds, and Melody's soothing music. We're all Emma's guardians." As the first rays of dawn began to peek through the nursery window, the toys knew they had to return to their places. The magic that brought them to life only lasted through the night, and soon Emma's parents would come to check on her. "Before we go back," Melody said from above, "I want to say thank you, Pinky. You were so brave tonight. You literally threw yourself into the mouth of danger for Emma." "We all were brave," Pinky replied modestly, "and I have a feeling this won't be our last adventure. The Shadow Realm knows about Emma now, and they might try again." "Then we'll be ready," Teddy said confidently. "We've proven that love is stronger than fear, that light can defeat darkness." Ricky rattled in agreement. "And we've learned that even the smallest toy can make a big difference when protecting someone we love." As the sun rose higher, each toy returned to their original position. Teddy slumped back into his corner. Bella rolled to the changing table. Ricky settled on the shelf, and Melody stopped spinning. Pinky, using the last of her magical energy, jumped back up to Emma's crib and gently placed herself near Emma's mouth. Emma stirred and instinctively reached for Pinky, placing the pacifier in her mouth with a contented sigh. As she did, Pinky could have sworn she heard Emma whisper in her baby talk, something that sounded like, "Thank you." The nursery was peaceful once again, bathed in morning sunlight. To any adult who might peek in, it would look like an ordinary baby's room with ordinary toys. But the toys knew better. They knew that when night fell again, they would be ready to stand guard, to protect Emma from any danger that might come from the Shadow Realm or anywhere else. From that night forward, Pinky wore her adventure like a badge of honor. Though she looked the same on the outside, inside she carried the knowledge that she had faced true darkness and won. She had proven that being small didn't mean being weak, and that love was the most powerful magic of all. As days turned into weeks, Emma grew bigger and stronger. Sometimes during the day, when Emma was playing with her toys, Pinky could feel a special connection between them all. It was as if Emma somehow knew, deep in her heart, that her toys were more than just objects. They were her protectors, her guardians, her friends. The other toys in the nursery, and even toys from other rooms in the house, heard about the brave battle against the Dream Eaters. Pinky became something of a legend among the household toys. Even the older toys in the attic, who had protected previous generations of children, spoke of Pinky with respect. But Pinky never let the fame go to her head. She knew that being brave wasn't about being fearless. It was about doing what was right, even when you were scared. And she had been scared that night, terrified even. But her love for Emma had been stronger than her fear. One evening, several weeks after the Dream Eater incident, Emma's mother was putting her to bed. She noticed how attached Emma was to her pacifier and said to Emma's father, "She really loves that pacifier. It's like it gives her courage or something. Emma's father smiled. Well, maybe it does. Sometimes I think toys have their own kind of magic, you know? The comfort they provide is pretty special. If only they knew how right they were, Pinky thought, as Emma drifted off to sleep with her faithful pacifier in her mouth. That night, like every night since the battle, Pinky stood watch. The crack in the wall had been permanently sealed, but she knew that danger could come from anywhere. The Shadow Realm had many entrances, and Dream Eaters were not the only creatures that threatened children's peaceful sleep. But Pinky was ready. She had her friends, she had her courage, and most importantly, she had her love for Emma. And as long as Emma needed her, Pinky would be there, the brave little pacifier, standing guard through the night, ensuring sweet dreams and peaceful sleep. The moon shone through the window, casting a gentle glow over the nursery. All was quiet, all was safe, and in her crib, Emma smiled in her sleep, somehow knowing that she was protected by the bravest little pacifier in the world.
you